obviously on the MP2 you have to play the loser of the 7-8.
Tough.
It is tough. And then you have to play
That's
the number one seed.
yeah.
You have to play the
Yeah, but
Cavs.
that's
You
an
know,
awful
you made
road
it
right
this
there.
far and you're gonna have to play the Cavs.
If there's any team that can beat the Cavs, it's the Bulls.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 28. 28.
228.
Adrian Peterson, 28. Marshall Falk, 28.
That's your guy right there.
It's my boy. I had both of those guys' jerseys. Crazy. Uh,
Try your dad's a Vikings fan, so
yeah. When I was a bandwagoner for like 2, 3 years, when they it was AP and was it Brett Favre was the QB that time? Yeah,
fake 49er fan over here.
yeah. Well, I was a Rams fan,
Look at this guy just
then a
bouncing from team to
Vikings
team.
fan,
I don't know any other teams than the
and
ones
then
I know.
my long time standing as a 49ers fan. So
Until the next team comes along,
yeah.
till the
Go,
next train's coming by, you jump
and
on it.
I'm an honorary Buffalo Bills fan. So
There you go. It's the Bills. That's what it is.
Buffalo, let's go Buffalo.
Josh Allen over there. It's time to be a full-on Bills fan. I think 49ers are going downhill.
He, well, this
I
is
think
why you need a team in the AFC and the NFC. So,
it's time to jump ship.
oh, I don't know. It's rough in Buffalo as well. It's tough to be a
I'm
fan.
I'm sticking with Josh Allen, I think, than what the
Brock,
49ers got going on over there.
Brock Purdy, haven't even signed him to a deal yet. That's crazy.
Yeah, who
Well,
knows?
hopefully everyone's having a great week. If you haven't checked out me and Derek's Masters preview video, we are in the third round already, but if you want to go check to see who we pick, that was a fun episode. Recaps coming out on Monday or Tuesday. And yeah, it's a great Masters so far. We'll see who comes out on top. Um, we already did the Mammal Madness last week. Still a little salty about that, but it's okay.
Still have nightmares about it.
Dang, that's tough.
Still dream about that tree getting swept away in the water.
It like waves too. Like,
Yeah, just like
bye.
can't believe it.
Bye, Noah.
And it's just a polar bear laughing at me.
Drinking a Coke, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was a good week. I guess we just get into the headline. That's it. That's it for the opening. Nothing really much going on.
I was watching the Master a little bit. So Jordan Spieth not doing
Wow.
very well.
Yeah.
Plus five, I think it was when I saw him. Maybe it was plus two. One
Was
of the
that
two.
today? Very yes.
Yesterday. I think
Okay.
it was yesterday. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't watched it today. But yeah, I was doing a little. I was taking a gander,
Okay.
watching a little bit just off the side, doing a little work on the computers,
Yeah.
but
Nice.
no, yeah, not don't really know what's going on. I don't
That's nice.
remember who's winning. Uh,
Justin Rose by
yeah,
one.
Rose, that's what it was. Yep.
Rosie.
Yep. But yeah, another guy who's winning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Nice.
signed a 14-year, $500 million contract with the um, Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
And it's really big for the Blue Jays because they struck out with every single free agent they tried to get this summer. Alex Bregman was a huge one. They were supposedly in like all the way to the very end on Juan Soto. Offered him one of the highest deals, I believe, up there with the Mets, but he did not make it. Obviously, they did not land him. Um, they ended up signing Scherzer, and then
He's injured.
yeah, he got hurt, and that was their big guy. They made that trade for Andres Jimenez, but now they got their franchise first baseman here. Interesting because last year a lot of people were saying they should trade him. It was at the point where nothing has really happened with their core, Bo Bichette and Vladimir
Yeah.
Guerrero. So they thought like the last year was their last chance to really make a deep run, show that they belong. Um, didn't pan out. They're in a really tough division, probably the second toughest division behind the NL West. Um, but they got the deal done, and included in that deal, it's $325 million signing bonus, which normally signing bonuses you get right away, right? So when everyone saw that, they were just like, this dude just got 325 million in the bank right away.
Yeah,
But no, it's going to be spread across the entirety of the contract, but it's going to be straight cash each year. So each new MLB year, I think right now it averages when I did the math earlier, it's like 21.67. So like $22 million straight into his account. I don't know if they change it each year or it's going to be a flat amount.
yeah,
But it still counts
crazy.
against their cap. So he's still making like over 31 million, or he's still like costing the team 31 million on the cap. So it doesn't change like the luxury tax thing, whatever, if you're into that. But um, yeah, it's still straight cash, 22 million.
There's some people not into luxury taxes.
I mean, people who don't care, they don't care about the salaries and stuff like that. But if you want to know, like if they can go and chase certain free agents, they have to pay more on um than other teams because of how much their roster costs,
Yeah,
stuff like that. But yeah, insane. 22 straight cash per year. I don't know if that's going to fluctuate per year. You're going to get more cash in certain years than others, but doesn't kick in until 2026. So that's when the contract kicks in, and
yeah,
that's when the baseball bargaining agreement ends.
yeah,
So that's why the bonus is huge because the bonus is guaranteed no matter what. So they're not playing. He's getting 21 million straight into the bank. He
yeah.
won't get his base salary, but he's going to get that bonus. So huge deal for Vlad.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting with this MLB agreement. Maybe a lockout.
Potential.
It's basically what salary caps. Maybe that's what they're discussing.
I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I can see that's going to be the big issue probably is if MLB should add a salary cap. But I don't think so because I don't think either the players or owners really want it.
yeah. I mean,
Definitely the players don't want it.
yeah. Well, duh.
Yeah,
Well, we'll see how that. What is it? The NBA salary cap. And
yeah,
you can't have three big signings. So why would
yeah. But
MLB?
because if they do that, then you have to add a floor, right? So, like a team like the A's who don't spend any money,
Yeah, or the
you're going to
Dodgers.
have to have a
Too much money.
minimum. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're going to have to have a minimum where they have to spend a certain amount of money.
that's tough. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go through. But has there been an MLB lockout lately? There
I think
has,
the
right? Or
only
no? Was it
No, the only lockouts have been the NBA, I think.
in the NFL? I think, right? No.
I don't know.
What was that one
There might
season?
have been.
Was it the referee lockout or whatever? Or they had to get replacement refs or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That was a
That
crazy
was for the NFL, right? Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I think there might have been something with the MLB, but I can't remember if it lasted that long
Yeah,
or if it didn't even last at all. It was just kind of like a threat to be the lockout, and then they got the deal done before the
maybe.
season.
Yeah, I can't remember. Then the NFL refs, that was crazy. Was it the Aaron Rodgers double Hail Mary or something? Like they called pass interference or something, and it or
That year
was it pass interference or they ruled it like a fumble or incomplete pass and it shouldn't have been? I don't know.
is the one where both refs signaled two different
Yeah.
the touchdown and an incomplete at the same time.
That's a wild time.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one baseball news so far. Season just started, so more news as the season goes.
yeah,
Uh, Next, as the NBA season winds down, this happened really early this week. The Nuggets fired head coach Michael Malone and GM Calvin Booth. I thought he got fired, but I think he's just not getting extended. The GM Calvin Booth, um, but Mike Malone fired less than a week from the playoffs. He's the winningest coach in franchise history. He's been there since 2015 and obviously was part of the championship they won a couple years ago. And the lead assistant, David Adelman, is now the interim head coach, and they're going to head into the playoffs with him as a head coach, and they're they're not looking great. They did win last game against Memphis yesterday, so I think they're pretty much set to be. There's no chance of them being a play-in team. They're
Yeah.
definitely gonna be six, four, five, or six. Lakers just locked in three. Um, but yeah, I don't see them as too much of a threat this year. But well, what a tough firing. Apparently, he lost control of the locker room.
Yeah.
Uh,
He said some things during press conferences, trying to fire up
yeah,
the team. Probably did not stick. I guess the relationship between the GM and I almost said Moses Malone, Michael Malone wasn't too great. So um,
yeah,
they didn't they were more fighting than getting stuff done. And yeah, I mean that's tough.
yeah,
Uh, and the assistant coach that replaced them has no head coaching experience. So
yeah.
at
It was an
any
interesting
level,
move.
at any level of basketball, which is
Interesting move. It looks like they're probably going to have or be at a point for a make or break trade is what I was seeing a lot of people saying. It's like next year is going to be the point where someone's going to get traded to
yeah,
them or away. Most likely Michael Porter Jr. Making a lot of money.
that was
Kind
a
of just
dumb contract
that's why Calvin Booth was probably you know
gone.
yeah, it was I think it was mainly off of potential because I mean Michael Porter Jr. 6'10" can shoot the
Yeah,
ball, just not a very good defender for his size, his length.
yeah,
Just doesn't fit on the team, I think, as well as like an Aaron Gordon does, who kind of two-way, um, way better three-point shooter now than he's when he first came into the league. So, um, yeah, we'll see where Michael Porter Jr. goes. He's the most likely candidate, and then a lot of rumors showing or coming going around saying Jokic potential get out of there. His contract
yeah.
is up in 2026, so
It's gonna be
or
interesting.
yeah, 2026 or is it 2027? I don't know. There's like a year left or 2 years left on the contract, but we'll see if they can get an extension done. If not, then you might have to look into trading them so you don't lose them for nothing.
Yeah, there was a question going around whether Jokic is gonna finish out his career so as a Nugget or is he gonna go somewhere else. But man, he's one top three player in the league right now, top five maybe.
If not the top
That's
one, he's
yeah,
yeah,
like yeah, he's giving Shea a run for his money for the MVP race. Could give it to any of those two. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Jokic leaves or not. He's just there to play basketball. That's all he wants to do, just play basketball.
yeah, and you can
He
do that
doesn't care.
anywhere. So there you go.
He
So
really doesn't care.
he just wants to play ball.
Yeah, put him on the Nets or something. Doesn't care.
Yeah.
But I think he
Um,
would have to. I don't see him on a big market team. I think like a smaller market team is like kind of his speed. I feel like he doesn't want all the spotlight.
yeah, where would he go though? Like, what's the place that
Orlando Magic. I don't know.
I don't
Oh,
know. I
right?
just don't see him.
You don't see him like New York, LA, Chicago.
I guess I
Chicago?
could.
Dang.
Hey,
It-
don't
it-
get my hopes up. They they need a center. That's like their one position they really need.
There you
Uh,
go.
Vucevic,
Jokic to Chicago. You heard it here first.
Jokic to Chicago 2027, I think. So there
Nice.
you go. You heard it here first. Trade all your first round picks and get Jokic.
Who cares? Who cares about picks?
Who cares about
Not
the
gonna get
future?
Cooper Flag, so.
Hey, you never know. Bulls still have a chance. But talking about the Western Conference, um, the playoffs are right around the corner. Sunday is tomorrow is the last day of the regular season, so a bunch of games going to be played. Last game, the East is set. No one can move in the East. The play-in's already set. Orlando versus the Atlanta Hawks, the 7-8, and then Bulls versus Heat. Um, 9-10.
Bulls.
So that'll be I think it's Tuesday it starts. So
Damn.
pretty soon. And then the Western Conference, like I said a little earlier, 4 through 7 still in play. Nuggets at 4, Clippers at 5, Warriors at 6, and the T-Wolves at 7. So the Wolves, I think you said yesterday who they played. They played the Wizards or
Jazz.
something, or the Jazz. Yeah,
Horrible team.
they played the Jazz. So as long as they don't just absolutely tank that game, they should be fine. And then the Clippers and the Warriors play. So basically, the winner of that game uh, uh, is
Avoids the
set.
play-in, I think.
Yeah, avoids the play-in. Unless the Nuggets lose, and they do play the Rockets. So depending on what the Rockets do, they did sit their starters against the Lakers last night. So they could potentially do it again. At the very least, they might sit Jalen Green because he's the only starter that played against the Lakers. So
He played the first half and then dipped out.
yeah, so we'll see. I think they might play it safe and just have their guys go out there just to get some run, and then probably just not push it too hard so that they don't risk any injuries going into the playoffs since they are the 2 seed and there's really no point in risking an injury at this point.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm guessing the Nuggets are going to win. So it's really down to Clippers Warriors. It's going to be a playoff game. Who gets in, who avoids the play in, and doesn't have to play potentially 2 games to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's tough, tough coming down the stretch. Warriors definitely, the loss to the Spurs didn't really help them out.
Huge loss. Yeah, Harrison
Yeah,
Barnes also hitting that
yeah,
the little
in
sweet
his,
revenge.
yep. So yeah, that did not help the team, but at least they're gonna make the playoffs. But if they have to face the Lakers 3-6 matchup, not good for the NBA.
It's gonna be fun to watch, yeah, but
It's gonna be a crazy series if the Warriors win and they play the Lakers the first round.
definitely, if Warriors make it, they don't want to face the Rockets. I think I'd rather face the Thunder than the Rockets. I just think the Rockets have a better matchup for the Warriors than the Thunder
Well,
do.
the
But
Rockets took down Curry. He went 1 for 10, so
yeah, and
that's not
it's
good.
just they have a better small ball lineup than the Thunder do. I think so.
Yeah.
Um, which the Warriors, I mean, you run Draymond at the 5, you need a small ball lineup, and I think Sammy Sengun's good enough to be the 5. He's small enough to, so. But it's gonna be fun tomorrow, or
Yeah.
yeah, tomorrow. I think it's 12. Every game starts by 12:30, so games will be over early tomorrow, but it'll be a fun day if you're an NBA fan.
Nice. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, okay. Cool. I
What
got
else?
a lot of what?
Expecting something else?
No,
What am I
I'm
missing?
just not paying attention.
Okay.
Well, I am paying attention, but I thought you had like one more. I have quick headlines here. Um, March Madness is over. Finally, we have two winners. Florida beat Houston in the final. That was a crazy game. Houston had a chance to win it there. Didn't even get up a shot. So Houston's still looking for a championship, and they recruit transfer players. So they're gonna be there every single year, and the coaching staff's really good. But Florida national champion. And then you got the Yukon Huskies beating South Carolina in a blowout victory, largest margin of victory in forever. Don't know what the exact year it was, but Paige Beckers finally gets her championship, and she's the projected number one pick going into the WNBA draft. So you know it's fun.
Yeah, shout out to Paige Beckers.
Yeah,
A
shout
lot
out
of
to
hype
her.
around her for a long time too. So
Yeah, I think it
shout out
was
to her actually winning.
disappointing. She got injured, was out for the whole year, um, and to come back and win a championship.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark doesn't have a championship, which is crazy.
Eh,
Paige
Paige
Beckers was
Beckers.
Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. If Paige Beckers didn't get injured, I don't think the Caitlin Clark hype was gonna be as much as it is now. Um, that also reminds me, tickets are on sale for the Valkyries, the Golden
Nice.
State Valkyries, and the most expensive ticket is, of course, against the Fever. So yeah,
Caitlin Clark effect.
yeah, courtside's like $1,500. It's probably more expensive than a Warriors game. Not gonna lie, it's crazy how expensive the tickets are. Uh, Side note there, but the portal opened during the March Madness. As of now, there's over 2,000 players in the portal for college basketball, which is just an insane number of players.
Yeah,
So
the new norm.
yeah,
So it's gonna go up from here.
yeah. So coaches trying to get their players and see, but that's an insane amount number.
Yep.
Next, John Morant. He has his new celebration. You would think maybe it's like a nice little wave. Maybe it's like, a kiss to the crowd, something nice. Nope. It's he says that he's tossing something into the crowd or blocking out the noise or something,
Yeah.
but it's a pulling the grenade little trigger thing, tossing it into the crowd and covering his ears. So take that how you want. He also had a like big rifle celebration as well. Just this guy's a menace to the league, and he doesn't really care. So we'll see what happens with him going forward.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this guy and weapons. Like fireables, explosives. Um,
Yeah,
I think he's just trying to make a point. Um, but is the NBA going too far? I don't know. But also, he's been warned. It's not like he hadn't been warned before, and that he got in trouble because of this, of flaunting a weapon. So it's like he's been warned. I don't know. Like, just
I think
why
it's
risk it? Why
yeah.
risk it?
If he didn't have the Instagram Live incidents, this wouldn't. I don't think it really would be a huge deal,
Yeah,
but he got suspended for
yeah,
his behavior. So he has like the biggest spotlight on him as of now.
yeah. And I think it's also because the NBA wants him to be like, one of the
The
face of the
face, yeah.
leagues. Yeah, so it's like if you're doing this, they can't really market you doing this. Like when they're showing NBA playoffs, they're not going to be showing you throwing a grenade into the crowd and covering your ears or shooting a gun. So it's like it's tough for the NBA to market him this way. So that's that. I think that's just the main reason. But,
Yeah,
hey,
true.
he could do it all he wants. He just won't be the face, and
Yeah,
that's fine, I
that's
guess.
like it's a crazy celebration. He hit a three over Jokic, and he just did that right after. That's a that's an insane clip. Um, but yeah, John Morant staying in the news. Next I got the San Francisco Giants. They had a great win against the Yankees last night. It was shortened 6 innings, but great win, 9-3. They came out with their new City Connect jerseys. Noah, how did you feel about the all white and the orange ones?
The old ones, I honestly was a fan of them.
Yeah.
I didn't really mind them that much. I didn't like the hats though. I didn't like the orange hats.
Orange hats, yeah.
Yeah, with like the white on them. I don't like those that much, but I like the jerseys. Um,
Yeah, I know they went with like the fog theme with going all white. I mean, they were cool in the beginning, but bringing them back for I think they were on for like 3 years, 2 years, whenever they came out the City Connects, but they needed something new. And that's what they did. They came out with the new City Connect jerseys. A lot of mixed signal. Some people like them, a lot of people hated them. Um, they're an ode. They're wearing violet for NYU when they played in New York for 4 years. They have a cool font. This
I
is
like the
pretty
hats on this
sick.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, the hats are cool, and then like this logo, you can get it on a t-shirt and a sweatshirt, which I kind of
pretty
want.
cool.
But
Yeah.
this logo's sick. It's an ode to the music in SF in the Bay Area. All nine genres are here. These logos don't really make sense to me, but I don't know. I don't know. But
My one
oh yeah,
problem with this
here's
jersey is the Giants on the front. I just don't like the font on the Giants.
yeah. It looks better I like this. This is
Yeah,
cool.
I like the hat.
Like this is nice, but I don't know.
I don't know if it's the
This font
G
doesn't
or what it
I don't
is, or
know.
the S is the only cursive. I don't know, but like there's something about it that just throws me off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's the icons. I don't understand any of these icons.
I guess it just
How is this
that's
country? How's this? I don't know.
because you go, I'm locked up by your love.
Yeah.
That sounds like something a country song would say, right?
Sure. I thought, you know,
You got me locked up, my heart in locked up from your loving.
interesting.
Oh yeah, the jerseys have grown on me. When I first saw them, I was just like, "Oh, come
Why?
on, man!" Yeah, but the
Also,
it's just the Giants logo that throws me off.
I feel like they should have worn black pants. I said that to my coworkers and like, no,
That'd be cool.
you gotta go white pants. And I'm like, I think black would have been sick with
That
this kind of like,
like the Reds
yeah,
and the Orioles.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
I like to see it, but what would you do? I think it's just the design on the jersey. You can't. How do you match that to the pants? Do you put
I
that on the
think,
pants also, or
I
you just
think
go full
so.
black?
I think he matched this design, and that might have been too much, but I mean, you could have gone for full black. I mean, the design isn't too prominent, so.
Yeah.
Also,
Dang,
shout out to
though.
Jung Oh Lee. He's probably
Yeah, that dude's a stud.
he's I hopefully he's with the team long term, and I
He's a
feel like he
star.
would be because you know I'll just offer
He's
him max contract.
he's a star.
He's so good.
Yeah,
Well,
he's my next jersey if I get a jersey.
well, there you go.
I'm gonna way.
Maybe I'll switch it up for you.
Yeah, if they didn't cost like $200 maybe, but
Okay, yeah, the jerseys are pretty expensive.
um,
Um,
but yeah, yeah, those jerseys grew on me. Um, yeah, I mean, but I do agree. I think the black pants would be pretty sick. I like it with because the Reds look good with it.
yeah,
The Orioles jerseys look good with it. So why not? I mean, I'm guessing they tested it, but
yeah.
an
Um,
alternate.
if no one's looking into getting me a jersey again, coming
Yeah,
up when they start to go on sale, I understand.
yeah,
He's not
obviously, yeah,
dropping
yeah,
$200 on these
yeah, and the
jerseys.
replicas, obviously.
Yeah. Uh, the Boston Red Sox, if they come out with the all
Oh, they got a
green
new one.
jerseys, dude, those are sweet. I'd
Yeah,
rock that.
they are nice.
It's just an ode to the Green Monster. It's pretty
Those
sick.
also grew on me, the yellow ones. At first, I was like, the yellow ones are just but I actually started to like the yellow Boston jerseys.
Yeah. I think the most ugliest ones, Philly is horrible. I don't know if you've seen those.
Those are the blue ones or the
Yeah, the
ones they already
blue.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Philly City Connect.
yeah. I kind of like the Astros new ones. They're kind of just sleek, not doing too much.
Yeah.
Um, oh, well, speaking of the jerseys, I already have one on deck because I got one before and it just didn't come in time.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so I have one already for the next one. But I'll look into another. I'll keep getting ahead.
Might as well, right? That's what I should do too. Once I see something like,
Yeah.
I should just get it. But yeah, these are horrible. I don't like these. Just And the National City Connects are bad as
Bro,
well.
the Nationals ones, if it's not broken, don't fix it, bro.
They
The
should. This is
cherry
what they
blossom
had,
jerseys are
and
the
then
best ones.
yeah, this one to this, or right here.
Dude, those cherry blossoms are my favorite MLB jersey ever.
And now they just have this DC looking jersey.
Just
Mm,
the block letters,
not
like
good.
just boring.
There's the Reds. Just this. These are sick.
Yeah, those are
All
nice, just
black.
clean, Cincy. Not doing too much.
Who was it? Orioles.
The Orioles had all black.
You know,
Yeah, and they got
it's
like a little
subtle.
color on them also.
Yeah.
So yeah, that hat, the Orioles hat, fire.
Yep. You know, some people do well, some people don't. The
Yeah, I don't.
Dodgers, I don't like the Dodgers either. Pretty plain. The Angels are pretty sick. I'm trying to think who else came out with jerseys. The new jerseys. Only a few teams came out with new jerseys, so
Yeah,
um also I liked on the Giants website they're describing them, they're like, it's not a throwback, it's a remix. And I'm like, wow, good for them.
shout out to that guy who wrote that lineup.
Yeah. I was like, that's
I bet you he felt or they felt so sick. They're like, dude, what
give the
about
guy a
this?
raise. You know, I love a good marketing promo. That's good. That's good. Finally, Alex Ovechkin breaks the great one scoring breaks the record for goals. He had a chance to break it a couple nights before, but he didn't want to break it on a open net situation, which is understandable, you know.
I'm
Uh,
shooting that 10 out of 10 times.
which is crazy, you know. You don't know if you are gonna score
Yeah.
again, and that was your chance. But he did. I think the night after, a couple nights after. So
Next game, I think that they
yeah.
had.
So he breaks it. He's now the all-time scorer in goals, 895. Breaks the record. Wayne Gretzky was in attendance. You know, the NHL was planning on Gretzky to attend every game until he breaks it, which was pretty crazy. He would have been on a 2 week long vacation, just going to all these hockey games, seeing if
Yeah.
Ovechkin would break it. But yeah, it's good that he did it this year. There's only like 7 games left, and he needed three. So, you know, there was a chance that he wouldn't break it this year, and it'd have to go to next year, and that would have been the hype wouldn't have been as
Yeah.
great. But good for him, Alex
Yeah.
Ovechkin.
Now if he's ready to go, he can go because the dude is old.
Yeah, but hey, man, he I think he has the most goals this year in the NHL. So
Yeah.
this guy does never ages. He also got injured. He missed 20 something games this year as well. So shout out to him. But that is it for all my headlines. Anything else, Noah, before we end this episode?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Just like you said, man, Jung Ho Lee, that's my guy. I'm can't stop thinking about him.
With the fans are having the Goku hair.
Yeah.
What's the I think they already came out of like their fan base. It's the hooligans or
Oh
thing.
yeah, the hooligans. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a dope name for the fan base. I don't know how I've never heard the fan base get one before the actual player gets a nickname. So we'll see if he ends up getting a nickname. Like
Yeah.
I mean, Kung Fu Panda was like really quick.
Yeah.
Like Tim Lincecum the Freak was pretty quick. Um, was there anybody else really? Like uh, Matt Cain, I think he was called the Horse at one point. Um, but yeah,
Mad
the
Bum.
Mad Bum. I don't think he had a. If he had one, you just call him Cowboy because he would go and in the off season he'd ride bulls or something like. He was like, what are you doing, bro? I
Yeah.
don't know. got a $40 million arm. He's riding bulls.
Yeah. I know it's his name, but just Mad Bum is just,
Yeah,
it fits so well.
just
So,
mad bum.
Mad
Straight up
Bum.
mad bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be see if he gets a cool nickname. He's one of those guys that I think could be on the Giants for a while.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm sure Posey would do everything he can to keep that guy.
Yeah. And Buster Posey's nickname is Buster. So there you go.
Yeah.
I don't remember his first name, but it's like some
Chad.
boring name, you know. It's like Gerald Posey the third, something like that.
It could be Gerald.
It's something like that. It might actually be Gerald, but
All right. Last
yeah.
Google search. Buster Posey, real name. It is Gerald. Gerald Dempsey Posey the third. Wow.
Yeah, I knew it was the third. I remember seeing it somewhere, and I just remembered. I was just like, Dempsey was the part I was missing. But yeah, I was just like, yeah, what a name. I'd stick with Buster too.
Yeah.
Buster Posey. That's a star name right there. I don't know why, but
On eBay, he has a signed baseball Gerald Posey, and it's going for $550. That's crazy.
sounds like a steal.
Maybe
Not even in the Hall of Fame yet.
not yet. He will be though.
Once he hits it, that ball's going to 1,000.
Yeah. But that's it for this episode number 28, 228. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed, and we'll see everyone in the next one.
Yeah.
See ya.